My cheating wife ruined our family with her colleague for 10 months while treating me and our kids like absolute garbage. And now that she got caught, she is begging to move back into my house to sleep in the spare room because she cannot afford a hotel room anymore. I am a 44-year-old man and my wife is 43. We have 2 beautiful kids, aged 8 and 12, along with 2 dogs. 2 years ago, I caught her having an emotional affair with her coworker. Back then, she gaslit me into believing it was just harmless work talk and called me completely paranoid. But fast forward to today, and I have just uncovered a mountain of betrayal that has completely destroyed my home, my life, and my sanity. After that first incident, she started hiding her phone, constantly pulling away from me emotionally and throwing red flags everywhere. We even ended up going to that man's wedding with his new wife because they were mutual friends. My gut told me something was horribly wrong and I desperately refused to go. But she manipulated me and convinced me until I finally gave in. I will regret that decision for the rest of my life. Exactly 3 months after that wedding, my wife and her colleagues started getting physical. Their secret affair lasted for almost 10 whole months. During this entire time, she became a mean, toxic, and generally horrible person to be around. She was a nightmare to both me and our innocent kids. She started drinking heavily, turning into a functioning alcoholic who shouted at the children and set the absolute worst examples possible for them. She was a completely failure of a mother, but the universe finally caught up with them during a holiday. The colleague's wife accidentally found their secret messages, and the affair was instantly forced to stop. That wife gave my Biwi an ultimatum to confess everything to me, but of course she never did. Instead, she secretly started therapy, and get this, her and her therapist actually decided together that there was absolutely no benefit in me ever knowing about the affair. I mean, what kind of professional therapist even suggests hiding a 10-month affair from a husband? At this point, the affair had been stopped for 2 months, and her behavior toward the family had warmed up slightly, but she was still a cold brick wall to me. One morning, we got into a stupid argument, and I complained about how distant and strange she was being after endless excuses and justifications thrown at me. I looked her dead in the eye and point-blank asked her if she had cheated on me, and for the first time in years, she actually told the truth. I did not hesitate for a single second. I kicked her straight out of the house. Now I'm living in our home with the kids and the dogs while she is bouncing between cheap hotels and motels. She's constantly texting me, wanting to know what the future holds. She's begging to move back into the house, claiming she will just sleep silently in the spare room. I never want to see her face again. In my entire life, I already told her that according to our country law, we have to be separated for 2 full years before filing for divorce. Having her back in the house might be good for the kids' routine, I guess, but it would be absolute psychological poison for me. The biggest issue is the finances.
We cannot really afford for her to keep paying. For a second accommodation outside, I earn a lot less money than she does because she is the high earner, but I do the vast majority of the childcare, and I work from home trying to grow a digital startup. I refuse to move out because I did absolutely nothing wrong and I truly love this home. Plus, I have built a specialized home, studio, and a workshop here that are absolutely critical for my startup business. And the kids are deeply attached to this house too. She refuses to go live with her elderly parents because she is too deeply embarrassed to look them in the eye after what she did to her family. I'm completely stuck and I do not know what to do. I do not want her under my roof, but she is the one who still pays for the mortgage and the utilities. If I completely cut her off, my startup might fail, and I could lose the house for my kids. I feel so incredibly broken and used. She loved me for over a decade and then threw our entire world into the trash for 10 months of cheap thrill with a colleague. Please go easy on me in the comments because I am just a father trying to protect his kids from a toxic alcoholic while keeping a roof over their heads. Do I let her back into the spare room to save money? Or do I leave her in the cold where she belongs?